You gotta say it like that when you say it. Butt Dream. On the first Saturday of every month at the Rack Shack in Bushwick, so y'all better check them out. Give it up for Brian Bahe.
Hello, what's up? How are you? Okay, very cool. So I'm Native American. Hell yeah. When people find that out about me, they're like, do you have a traditional Native American name, like Crazy Horse or Sitting Bull or something like that? And I don't, but if I did have one, it would be Chipotle Bathroom Code. That is my vibe. For sure. My parents are like very polite, older Native American folks, and like they raised me to be polite too, and I feel like I'm polite, but I've taken that philosophy too far because now I just like don't know anybody in my family that well. Like I don't know how old my parents are. I don't know what their birth dates are. The only thing I know about my grandmother is that she's doing fine. Just like every conversation with her is like, hey, grandma, how are you? And she's like, I'm fine. And I'm like, that's what's up. But I am trying to be like more open with my family. So when they ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm a Virgo, which you probably forgot. And I started bottoming last year. And then if my grandma's like, what's bottoming? I'll be like, well, Grandma, I'm glad you asked. You know how a hot dog goes inside the bun? I'm the bun. With the most tasteful amount of shit on the inside. And then she's like, that's what's up. She's down to clown. Yeah, I'm gay. It took me a while to figure out I was gay. Like even after hooking up with like several men, I was still like, but am I gay? That's just how little I trust my intuition and reality in general. Like I could get hit by a car and be like, but was I really hit by a car? And then somebody would have to be like, are you okay? Because you were just hit by a car. And I would be like, you know what? Now that you mention it, I'm hurting all over. I'm on Grindr. I feel like something I've noticed after kind of scrolling through the app 12 hours a day, every single day, is that I feel like Grindr profile names usually have two parts to them. The first part is usually something just personal about the guy, and then the second part of the profile name is exclusively something about his dick. So actual Grindr names I've seen are recently sober, uncut. Or I've also seen NYC transplant 7 inches. My Grindr profile name is Native American, sponsored by Casper Mattress. I don't smoke a lot of weed. I do feel like weed is a Netflix TV show that everyone is talking about. They're obsessed with it. They're just like, have you tried weed yet? And I'm like, I try it twice a year. It's never really for me. And they're like, well, you got to check back in because it's getting very good. It makes me laugh, it makes me cry, and it's the only thing that makes going home for the holidays tolerable. And I'm like, that's a convincing argument. My preferred level of being high is 2 days after I got high, because I'm usually still high. I'll just be walking down the street and see adult twins wearing the same outfit. And I'll be like, wait, it's Friday? I smoked on Wednesday? I guess I'm just high forever. This is my new persona. I'm just high. I don't trust the things that you smoke weed out of, too. You know, you smoke out of bongs and spliffs, and those all sound like Brett Kavanaugh's high school friends. No, thank you. I do party though. Obviously, you know, I've done cocaine exactly one time in my life. I did it, and then I immediately scurried home to Google the effects that cocaine has on you. One of the effects is paranoia and unreasonable distrust of others. And when I read that, I was like, have I been on cocaine my whole life? It's terrifying. And yeah, I have. I was raised Catholic. My parents, they're still like very much Catholic people, and for some reason, they keep me updated on news in the Catholic Church all the time. And when they do that, it like feels like I'm being interviewed by like a local TV news anchor, and I'm like stoked about it. But then I find out the only reason I'm being interviewed is because my next door neighbor is a serial killer. Like if the news interviewer is like, how familiar are you with the Catholic Church? I'm like, well, I did go over to its place every Sunday for 18 years for a snack and a drink. And then the interviewer was like, really? Because it murdered 8,000 people. And I'm like, well, to be honest, I barely knew it. I do think that like my favorite part about church are the songs, because to me, church songs sound like R&B songs in which the person that everyone is trying to smash is Jesus. You know, the lyrics are like low-key, you know what, they're high-key very horny. They're always like, Jesus, I need you. Jesus, hold me in your strong arms. Jesus, you got a ripped-ass torso. You know, and then like we all kneel in unison. Super sexual. I think my parents like will never fully admit how evil the church is, because in doing so, it would be like admitting they wasted all of their Sundays. Because like when you get out of church, it is like finishing a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. You're like, that could have been trimmed down by at least an hour. And a lot of it was just watching some old guy quietly wash his hands. No thanks. Cool. All right, have a good night, everybody. Thank you.